baby? You kicking it with KC? What up, though? Asking a couple questions. First and foremost, we talking about the hot topic right now. Should teachers be allowed to carry protection in these schools? We'll get more specific coming up. How chemicals and products affect our health. You'd be surprised specifically what I'm talking about. And a student got suspended for breaking a school's dress code, a public school at that. We're going to talk about all that and a whole bunch more. That's coming up. You kicking it with KC, baby. Let's roll. Yeah, man, popular topics, pop tops that may or may not be talked about in the news. With yours truly, KCMC on the Late Night Creek, baby. All right, so we talking about this first story about this student, man. More specifically, I got the picture right here. This is coming from apnews.com. The debate over school dress codes, particularly regarding hairstyles, has intensified in Texas, where a trial is underway to determine if a black teenager, Darryl George, can continue wearing his locks without punishment. Advocates argue that strict dress codes disproportionately affect students of color and disrupt learning, while school administrators maintain they promote discipline and uniformity. Across the country, the historical context of dress codes reflects deeper racial tensions, with regulations often rooted in attempts to control the appearance of black individuals. Recent legal challenges, such as the Crown Act, aim to combat hair discrimination, highlighting the ongoing struggle to equitable treatment in schools. This is the young man right here. This trial has been going on for a very long time. With that being said, I don't think he has been allowed in the schools since he's maintained this hair. And I feel like this has been going on for about 2 years. So how much of school has this nigga missed, bro? Excuse me, respectfully. Just for a hairstyle. Now, I'm on two sides with this. And I'm going to say one side in regards to advocating for them. I get it. In regards to the racial part, it can be a pull sometimes, but if we want to go back to the Negro Act of the 1700s, South Carolina, that basically made it illegal for black people or Negroes to look more than the condition that they're in. You can't look like you're well off if you are a slave. It was illegal for that. It was a whole bunch of different things that came along with the Negro Act. But that's just a stupid ass example of them trying to control black people and trying to say, you know, we only want you to do so much or look a certain type of way. So that's what they're trying to attach this to. I also get the fact that you're saying, yeah, okay, you might have these restrictions, but this is a public school for one. It's only his hair, and it's not distracting to anybody other than you, the teacher who's teaching. You shouldn't be distracted by anything like this. So why is this a problem? And why should my kid be affected? We're going to stand and fight this because y'all are wrong. Now, on the other side of this, like I said, I don't think they let this kid in the school since he's had this hair. And I know this trial's been going on for a while. So how much school has this dude missed, bro? And does the parent really care? Now, in the meantime, I'm assuming maybe you're homeschooling him or he's at another school. If that's the case, why don't you just let this dude go to another school? Or you keep homeschooling him? Because he's clearly not allowed at this school. He's missing a lot of school. So that is an issue with me as a parent. Like, what are you really trying to stand up for with your kid? And let's get into the black part. As a black parent, as a black child, I've heard black parents threaten. I've heard my brother get threatened. You keep acting up in school, I'm going to cut them braids off. You keep acting. We've seen videos on you on social media. Black kids, you keep acting up, they send them right to the barber, or the daddy or mommy cut their hair right there on the spot. Cut their hair. You see them crying and everything. So why is this not an example of your hair being a distraction from you learning, and a mama saying, all right, well, we cutting them dreads off then? You young, you can grow them back. Your hairline's still good for a couple more years, at least a couple more years after graduation, bro. Trust me. So you can do whatever you want when you're grown. But right now, if you really want to go to school, I would think, bro, just cut your goddamn hair, man. It look crazy as a mug anyway. I mean, I don't even want to say that like just being on some race stuff, but it's just like, bro, just cut it, bro. If you really want to go to that school, other than that, go to whatever other school or keep going getting homeschooled. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. This other topic that we got though, It's talking about teachers carrying protection. Coming from yahoonews.com, the Republican-controlled House of Delegates in West Virginia approved a bill allowing teachers and school staff with concealed carry permits to carry guns in K-12 public schools. Named, quote, school protection officers, end quote. These volunteers wouldn't receive additional compensation and must undergo training. The bill passed 89-11 aims to provide an alternative to hiring full-time school resource officers. Despite concerns about local control, the bill mandates participation if a staffer completes training. It includes requirements for concealed firearms, annual assessments, and training topics, and ensures privacy for staff carrying guns. Republican sponsors emphasize the bill's careful crafting to only arm experienced and trained teachers as a part of a broader approach to school safety. This is what I can say. On the surface, it seems crazy. Especially with the topic, should the teachers have the protection? But this is what I want to say. If you have specific, it seems like they're basically having volunteer security guards in the school. I'm not mad at that, especially if we know who they are. They're a great person that everybody trusts or whatever, a former police officer, whatever the case may be. Cool. I think that's perfectly fine. Now, teachers specifically, I don't know, because y'all dealing with the kids directly and you got your own outside thing, so your attitude could be anywhere, and that could be with anybody. But I'm not mad at that outside mutual person having this and not specifically being in the classroom dealing with the students. So I'm not mad at this bill or that being the case whatsoever. Because other than that, I mean, it's basically just a security guard that's a volunteer. We see security guards everywhere, at the dispensary, at a dang bank, anywhere. It gotta be somebody with a firearm there. You ain't really tripping then, are you? So let them be there protecting the kids. I'm not mad at that. I don't think it's so crazy. Now, it just seems crazy, like I said, when the teachers are involved, but other than that, I mean, what do they say? It mandates you got to complete training, conceal fire, annual assessments, training topics, ensures privacy for staff carrying it. I mean, so you won't even know that they have it. It ain't like they walking around with it on their hips so all the kids can see. So that's another thing. I think it's a great idea. There should be somebody walking around as part of staff. Kids don't really even know nothing about them. Don't know what's going on. Him or her, I should say. But they got that thing on them, just in case somebody want to act up. Now, we need to make sure they bout it just in case it do pop off, though. And no point in having that thing if you ain't going to use it. That's the other situation. So I 100% agree with this. Somebody in that school should have that thing on them at all times. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show. 313-466-4386. We ain't going to drag it out. I got another one for you, though. We're going to keep him. Oh, no. We ain't going to bring that up quite yet. All right, so listen. We're going to talk about this real quick. How chemicals and products affect our health. This is coming from balleralert.com. We're having a little bit of fun. Experts are alarmed by the presence of chemicals and contaminants in marijuana, with reports showing elevated levels of metals like lead and cadmium in users' blood and urine. Pesticide use on marijuana plants has raised concerns about contamination in smoke, while links to rare health effects such as fungal infections and heart issues are noted, especially among those with compromised immune systems. Despite efforts to develop detection methods for pesticides, standardized protocols are lacking. Contamination issues affect both legal and illegal cannabis, with recalls of tainted strains reported in states like Arizona and California. Varying contaminant standards across states make it challenging for consumers to ensure safety, prompting calls for cautious among cannabis users. Now, as someone who does purchase from local dispensaries, and I do see the price of these pre-rolls and these ounces, that be prices that be like, bro, I don't even, if Walmart sold it, I don't know if they could beat it. It's like, bro, how are y'all getting it? I do get to the point like, bro, y'all got $2 pre-rolls. Like, you gotta make money somewhere. How big is your margin if you're selling $2 pre-rolls, bro? You must be giving like bottom of the batch type of flour in there. So turns out that some research is coming out and talking about people actually finding metal in their blood and urine. Now, if you go to your doctor and you get your blood and your urine sample from them, hopefully you can find this out when you get your results. It will say something like that. But this is starting to pop up, and I'm not too surprised. Because like I said, it has to be some type of synthetic flour for them to be putting and making this type of, like, putting it in products and still making money. If you're selling it for $2 or $3 and it's a pre-roll, so you selling it with the wrap, I can see if it's just a it's like, come on, bro. Like, and then they're saying it affects legal and illegal. So they're making it seem like either way it goes, this is what I want to say. At least when I'm getting it from the streets, I know I'm not paying for the marketing, the overhead necessarily. I ain't paying for the employees. I ain't paying for the packaging or none. In some cases nowadays, you got to pay for the packaging with the dealers, street dealers. But nonetheless, I'm essentially paying for the product when you get it from the street. When you get it from the dispensary, you got to pay for the product, the bills, the staff, the all of the extra stuff. And I'm not surprised at them trying to do different things to kind of cut costs and draw people in with the competition. So saying all that to say, I get weary and very suspicious of the pricing and the products that they're coming out with. They're coming out with so many, so fast, so many different strands, pricing. It's like, how? How? So anyway, that's just what I think. I believe that there are contaminants in some of these, and we need to be more aware and more conscious because they're allowing it any and everywhere. As a matter of fact, brings up a good point. I remember specifically there was a time in Michigan here, in Lansing, there was a dispensary, I believe, that was caught with some type of contaminated flour. I think it might have been some type of distribution center or somebody found, like, I'm talking about pounds, thousands of pounds of contaminated flour. And I was thinking, okay, so they found out, what are they going to do with this? I think somewhere in the article or in the story it did say that they were going to take it back to the warehouse and do something. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to resell this. They are going to resell this. Now, I don't necessarily have proof, but I feel like without a doubt that had went out. And I'm not surprised if it is done the same thing elsewhere. What else are they going to do with all of that? Probably just dilute it and, you know what I'm saying, try to spread it out in different places so that they don't get it all in one spot. Like, we got to be very, very cautious and conscious of what we consume. But that's coming from somebody that also does indulge in recreational. But that's just what I think, man. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. I had a whole picture too, but don't let me get the line like I know what I'm talking about. You can see the enzymes and the psilocybins and the... Man, listen, I don't know. I just wanted to pull this up on the screen just to make it look like I know what I'm talking about. But overall, man, we got to be cautious. Oh, what it really basically breaks down is the marijuana flower plant. Essentially, all plants kind of take in and absorb some type of metals through the soils and other types of nutrients. But essentially, the marijuana plant does it at such a higher rate, hundreds to 1,000 times the rate of regular plants. And then when they don't go through a secure process to try to get it out, it kind of makes it worse for the people that are consuming it, essentially. So, all right, other than that, I'm off the topic, man. Just let me know what you think. Is it enough for you to stop really smoking? Go off in the live chat, in the comments, call into the show, 313-466-4386. That's pretty much all we have for today, man. So we about to go ahead and get up out of here. If I can hit the line by the line. Yeah. So for the people, my friends, my family that text or put on social media, comments, posts, statuses, and you say what's up, and you talking about instead of what's WHATS, Apostrophe S, if you want to be for real. You say WAS. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you really want me to take you serious? Another one. You say no. KNOW, just NO. Bro, you know NO is an actual word, right? So if you put that with an actual no, I'm not gonna know what the hell you talking about. So grown ass people, bro, once again, I always say this. If you are talking specifically, maybe just to yourself, writing a note for yourself, writing any type of language, foreign type of handwriting, whatever you want to do. But if you are writing for other people to consume your message, sweetheart, bro, please write in the King's English, bro, so we can understand what the hell you talking about, girl. Excuse me. That's just me thinking out loud. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. About to make our way up out of here. But before we do that, of course, I need you to do me a favor. Kick it with KCMC on all social media at KIWKCMC. That's Kick It with KCMC on all social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that at KIWKCMC. And show some love to my sponsor too, Team Elite. They on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, also at Team Elite 313. That's TEAMELITE 313. And show some love by checking out their website for that premium casual wear, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, tech fleece, jogger sets, varsity sets, and more. So on their website, teamelite313.com. Ask your mom, baby, what's up on them old rules, though. Check this out, man. You got this far in the video. I appreciate you for showing love. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Hit the alert so you know when we going live. Also, man, we did a couple shows tonight, man. So just make sure you check them all out. Hit that like button. Or at least let me know what you think. Tell me why you didn't get this far in the video, if you ever make this far. Other than that, man, tell a friend to tell a friend. Check out my singles, Juice and Hands and Knees, featuring my dog, Techmatic. I got the links in the description below, so check those out. Other than that, check out Unk Talk, the other show we got on creative content, media curation. And I just appreciate you again, man. Good night. We out.